NerdArmy, get ready. It's going to be a bumpy one today. As always, I'm Nerdy number 3, and I'm going to be doing a theory on the movie Up today. I also will be joined with a special guest. Everyone give a warm welcome to Kay from J&K.
What to do, everyone?
So Kay and I were talking and watching Up together, and she came up with a theory that I feel you all should know. We are going to explain the plot of the film and then break down our theory for you. So with that being said, spoilers are coming at you now. The movie starts off with us meeting young Carl Fredricksen after he watches a movie about his idol, Charles F. Muntz. He meets a girl in an old abandoned house named Ellie after hearing her say Muntz's favorite phrase.
As Muntz himself says, adventure is...
They show a love sequence of them being together, and then Pixar and Disney tug at our heartstrings by having Ellie die. Jeez! Pixar and Disney is always known for this, so I should have known not to get attached to a character. The 78-year-old balloon salesman sets off to fulfill a lifelong dream that he intended to complete with Ellie. Using his business to his advantage, he ties thousands of balloons to the roof of his house.
He literally picks up his house, sets off to South Africa. He literally picks up his house and sets off to South Africa.
South America. It's like America, but South.
Little did he know that he was being accompanied by an unwanted guest. A wilderness explorer scout had snuck under his porch after Carl set him to find a snake. I mean, Russell only wanted to help him cross something to get his assisting the elderly badge.
Well, I gotta help you cross something.
No, I'm doing fine.
Anyway, Carl finds Russell clinging on for dear life to his porch, and he realizes his worst nightmare has become a reality. Then, the entire movie is their journey to put Carl's house at the edge of Paradise Falls, the way that Ellie dreamed it to be. And I'll leave the ending a surprise for those of you who haven't seen it and want to see it, but let's just say that it turns out that Charles Muntz is really a bad guy. Russell has problems at home. Carl finally gets a little more at ease with Ellie's death. They adopt a lot of dogs that can talk, and there is an endangered bird that is a mixture of an ostrich and a dodo, whose name is Kevin. I don't know how Kevin ties into this, but he does.
So what's the theory on, Nerdy?
Well, Kay, the theory is that Russell doesn't exist. At least, not in the physical realm.
I don't think they get it yet.
They will. So let's think back on our summary of the movie.
Let's rewind all the way to the beginning of the movie.
The scene of love and romance.
Ew. Okay, well, in this scene, it is shown that Ellie and Carl are painting a nursery. A few scenes later, we find something has happened to the unborn child. Charles. We find something has happened to the unborn child. Carl is shown comforting Ellie while she cries.
So what about this scene is important to our theory, Kay?
Well, when we see Carl and Ellie crying over their unborn child, it seems that they are in their late 20s or early to mid 30s.
Correct. They seem to be in their 30s. Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, so what if Russell is the unborn child that Ellie lost at the beginning?
The real question is, why did he show himself to Carl?
Well, let's start showing our evidence.
Alright, bet.
So Carl and Ellie had been expecting a child for at least a few months, as seen in the nursery scene. Then it can be inferred that Ellie has a miscarriage or a stillborn child. Now, we get it. Some may ask, well, if that was Russell in Ellie's stomach, then why is he so young in the movie?
Well, duh. Angels don't age. Did you not know that?
Also, angels can appear in any way that they deem necessary to reach to the person that they are meant to be looking after.
I bet people are gonna say, why a child then?
Well, that's easy to explain. Russell had to take on an innocent form. Russell had to take on the most innocent form possible and had to make it easier for Carl, who he respectably calls Mr. Fredricksen, to trust him. I mean, who doesn't look at a young child and immediately subconsciously trust them?
Unless they're creepy children in a cornfield maze near Halloween.
Okay, that's not scary at all.
So it is very easy to explain Russell and his age for the movie.
Our next piece of evidence is that Carl is stressed when Russell shows up. Carl's precious mailbox had been knocked over by surrounding construction workers, and they are threatening to take his house. I mean, who wouldn't be a grumpy old man?
Exactly. Carl is just stressed, so Russell shows himself to prevent Carl from becoming irrational.
So Russell shows up with the excuse of being a wilderness explorer, So Russell shows up with the excuse of being a wilderness explorer, trying to get his assisting the elderly badge. Then he stays to protect him after his house lifts off the ground.
So why is Russell here?
You took the words right out my mouth. Why is he there if not to help him with the mailbox situation?
Well, at old age, Mr. Fredrickson is due for a little vacation to heaven. He is constantly stressed out,
Which doesn't help his heart.
and he may have had a heart attack after attacking the construction worker, and Russell may just be there to escort him out to heaven.
So is Russell his guardian angel, Nerdy?
Precisely. He is just the one that is taking him to his heaven, which to Carl is Paradise Falls.
Well, what proof do we have?
Let me show you. Russell is shown talking to Ellie and getting into Carl's head. He is there when Carl goes through the storm cloud and is attacked, and helps him when his life seems to be in a crisis.
Okay, but what does that have to do with anything?
Well, Carl is known to have no one there for him, and Russell knew that. Also, if he was a real construction worker, if he was a real wilderness explorer, then why would he go into a construction site to help an old man when he could have just gone down the street to help someone cross the street? He had different opportunities to assist the elderly, but he chose Carl. He could have gone to the nursing home that was referred to Carl. Carl was his main focus and his main concern throughout the entire movie. He didn't attempt to help any other elder because he was assigned to Carl. That's just how guardian angels work.
You're lying, let me see.
Well, just look. He is lied to by Carl, sticks by his side, and even helps him fight off Charles Muntz after Carl insulted him. Russell is literally an angel of a child. He is trying to take Carl to heaven, which is his Paradise Falls, and fighting off any demon that is trying to bring him back down.
So is Carl really dead and Russell is just trying to bring him to heaven?
Is Russell Carl's unborn child taking him back to his wife?
Did Ellie send Russell to Earth to get Carl?
Or is this all just a weird explanation to ruin a Disney Pixar film?
Comment down below. And while you're down there, click the link in this... Comment down below. And while you're down there, click the link to the description... Comment down below. And while you're down there, click the link to And while you're down there, click the link in the description down below to subscribe to my channel.
That's right. I will leave her link down in the description below. And while you're there, click the subscribe button and the bell button to my channel to make sure that you are notified about my posts every time that... That's right. I'll leave her description... That's right. I'll leave her link in the description down below. And make sure while you're there to hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell button right next to it so that you're notified for every time that I post. Well, there's so many questions in so little time. Give this video a like for Doug, Kevin, and Kevin's babies just because.
Bye, Nerd Gang.
No, it's NerdArmy, K.
Nerd Family?
No, NerdArmy.
Nerdities.
Never mind, just never mind.
Daydreamer Family?
Until next time, NerdArmy, remember my theories are just that, theories. See you later, and remember to subscribe to become a part of the Nerd Army. Here's today's shout out. If you want a shout out, here's how to get one. Click the subscribe button, make sure to turn on your post notifications, and hit that like button. But don't forget to comment. Then boom, you will get a post notification shout out.